What's up, everybody? Welcome to Kinda Funny Games Daily for Thursday, February 10th, 2022. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside Forbes 30 Under 30, a.k.a. the second best baby blues in San Francisco, a.k.a. the verified one at Tim Geddes.
Let Tim host, Greg. It's been a couple great shows with you on Kind of Funny Games Daily. A couple days ago, I made the appearance doing the predictions for the Nintendo Direct. Now I get to be here recapping the Nintendo Direct. Last week we got Nintendo financial information. It's a big Nintendo couple days for me, Greg.
Do you want to take your victory lap now or later? Because you came through, you had all these crazy predictions, 40 minutes of predictions for a 40-minute Nintendo Direct. Then it came through yesterday. A lot of it happened.
You left, and then he laughed at you a lot more.
Yeah. You know, it's not so much a victory lap because I just want to say, just that we're all winners out here. We're getting strikers back. We're getting way more Mario Kart than I ever thought we would get from Nintendo in the year of our Lord 2022. So yeah, you know what? We're all victors, and I appreciate and love every single one of you out there.
Well, Tim, believe it or not, it's a huge show. We have to talk about this Nintendo Direct. We have to talk about the fact that Kinda Funny might be buying the rights to the Lord of the Rings.
Wow.
And how great Horizon's accessibility's features are. We're going to talk about all of this and more because this is Kinda Funny Games Daily. Each and every weekday on a variety of platforms, we run you through the nerdy video game news you need to know about. If you like that, be part of the show at patreon.com/kindafunnygames. Over on patreon.com/kindafunnygames, you can write in to be part of the show. You can get the show ad-free, and you can get it with the exclusive post show we do each and every weekday. If that wasn't enough, ladies and gentlemen, of course, you could say, hey, I want to support on patreon.com/kindafunnygames. I want to be able to watch the XCast get recorded live. I want to watch the Gamescast get recorded live, all on patreon.com/kindafunnygames. But if you have no bucks to toss our way, it's no big deal. Of course, you could be watching live as we record the show for free on twitch.tv/kindafunnygames, just like PJ Julian is. Edwin River, it's going, and then there's 121 at the end. That's a hard one to figure out. And then Mal13R. If you're watching live, of course, please give us that Twitch sub if you have it. Of course, if you have Amazon Prime, you have a free Twitch sub to give it away. Why not give it to us? Google Gaming Prime or Prime Gaming, whatever the hell it's called nowadays. And then, of course, if you're watching live, your real job is to go to kindafunny.com/you're wrong and tell us what we screw up as we screw it up so we can set the record straight for everybody watching later on youtube.com/kindafunnygames, roosterteeth.com, and listening on podcast services around the globe each and every weekday. Remember, if you want to go that extra mile, use our creator code Kinda Funny, all one word, on the Epic Game Store. If you go there and play your PC games, you can use it there. If you're playing Fortnite, playing Rocket League, you're playing on your PS5, playing on your Switch, you can enter the Epic creator code Kinda Funny there and get it as well. Housekeeping for you. We have done it finally, ladies and gentlemen. We talked about it a lot last year. It was on the Kinda Funny podcast document for a long time. Never happened. It finally happened. It's up right now on youtube.com/kindafunny podcast services around the globe. The Kinda Funny podcast, where we rank the states. We rank the United States of America, ladies and gentlemen. And let me tell you, it is probably, and I feel like I've said this a lot lately. I feel like we've been on fire since we came back. I came back. You know, not that I'm the thing, but you know what I mean? Being here and doing it. I think we're all firing us letters, yada. It might be my favorite Kinda Funny podcast of all time. Like, to the point that, for obviously I enjoyed making the show. Then, because you're performing, I'm doing it, and then I finish and I go take care of Benjamin, right? And we took him to swim class last night. It was great. I wake up this morning and it goes live, and then I get to I have so many people actually angry with how Tim, Nick, and I ranked their states. And I will not engage in a serious conversation about how we ranked your state. I will only give you the full-on antler Greg Miller of I am going to just make more fun of your state for this. Because, of course, I was in the shower in hysterics. Doing the Greg Wheeze laugh by myself in the shower, Tim, doing my hair, when I remembered that Nick and I tried to get Maine ranked higher because all we knew was that lobsters were there, and we thought that was mysterious. We kept saying it was mysterious and sexy, said Nick, and we should get it up because of it.
Greg, the best thing to come from this podcast.
Hold on, everybody. Sorry, my wife is locked out. The live chat is telling me my wife is locked out of the basement. Hold on.
The best thing to come from this podcast is undeniably the comments, because Greg is right. Nothing has brought me more joy. We just had one of the greatest Nintendo Directs of all time yesterday.
You thank him for that. You would have been left out there forever.
Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it.
Yeah, they gotta get smart locks. You know what I mean? He's gotta be able to key it in, get out. Get in.
Greg, I was saying that my favorite thing about this is the comments, because like we made this content and now they are making the content that will be our future content that we talk about. I mean, we're doing it right now. My favorite comment I've seen that I've read probably 100 times today and laughed every single time is on our subreddit, where Bond Diesel says it's a ranking where one state got ranked because it is honest for being north of another state.
Well, fucking that's some West Virginia shit. You know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of here, West Virginia, you piece of shit.
Bond Diesel's on fire because he's one of my favorite YouTube comments as well. Which I tweeted out a whole thread of him today. But Bond Diesel said Nick basically rated the non-California states by whether he spent 30 minutes there and had a good meal.
I love us so much. And Greg, here's another reason I love us. Moving on from that piece of housekeeping.
No, I want to give one more shout out. One more piece of shout out. There's one other great comment in there. There's a kid from Vermont who's just like, man, I had hope when Greg tried to get it out, but he couldn't remember the name of the city he visited. Oh my god, we're so useless. Come have some fun and find out why your state sucks, because they all suck.
Oh, I love it so much. But
sorry, what was the other thing?
Just what I love as well, Greg, is last week it was Roger Percorny's birthday, and he slacks me in the morning. He goes, "Hey man, it's my birthday," and I'm like, "Happy birthday, Roger!" And he goes, "Hey dude, I wanted to do something special for my birthday, so I woke up and wrote a script for a video. I recorded the script. Can I send you the MP3 of it and let me know what you think if you want to post it on Kind of Funny?" He sends me it, and it's a 9-minute audio file. And I'm like, I guess I'm listening to this. We'll see how this goes. Within 1 minute, I'm in hysterics because he didn't tell me what the topic was. And I almost don't even want to spoil what the topic is. Although I guess the thumbnail's going to
do it without it.
So I'm going to do it. But it's Roger exposes the largest gaming hoax of all time. Peter Griffin joining Fortnite. And he did a full-on investigative deep dive video essay into what the hell's going on with Peter Griffin joining Fortnite. And it is hilarious. And now the finished product is up on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. You got to go check it out. It is so special. And I hope that we get more from the mind of Roger Percorny, because it is absolute insanity.
youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. Go find out about the Peter Griffin conspiracy in Fortnite. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Gordon McGuire, James Davis, aka @JamesDavisMakes, Pranksky, Manny the Bagel Boy Sanchez, and Blackjack. Today, we're brought to you by ExpressVPN and Chime, but we'll tell you about that later. For now, let's begin the show with what is, and forever will be, the Roper Report. Time for some news. 6 items on the Roper Report.
A baker's dozen.
Tim, I want to start with the Nintendo Direct recap. The
I
synopsis.
like that.
I'm going to go through, ladies and gentlemen, by my count, all 27 games that were done there. And some of these are like montages, but we're going to go through it. Maybe you missed it. I'm going to go through, not at light speed, but quick speed. That way, then at the end, we can discuss the biggest things out of it. And then I want to talk specifically Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC, Timothy. Okay. But here's how it goes. They opened with Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes coming out June 24th. Then, of course, Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Campaign got a new trailer coming out on April 8th. No Man's Sky got a thing coming out this summer. Then Mario Strikers Battle League came out. 5-on-5 games, up to 8 players when you're playing together. June 10th, that one's coming out. Splatoon 3 showed off its Salmon Run Next Wave mode. That's summer 2022. Front Mission First Remake showed up. That's coming this summer. Front Mission 2 Remake is coming in the future. They debuted Disney Speedstorm. It's a free-to-play kart racing game. It's got crossplay. It'll be out this summer. They showed The Force Unleashed, which got us excited. They were like, wait, this looks like trash. It's because they ported the Wii version of it. That's coming out April 20th. They showed the Assassin's Creed, the Ezio collection. That's coming out on February 17th. Hold on one second. Hold on. Oh, interesting. Okay. Imran Khan, I don't know, you see this earlier today? Imran Khan from, of course, Fanbyte.com, formerly of this show, Kind of Funny Games Daily. He said earlier today, hey, I have something I'm gonna put up today when I get some things signed up. And when you do that, I said, tweet it to me. And he tweets me, or I'm sorry, Instagram or whatever, Slack me. And he goes, as requested, and it's some details from the unannounced Resident Evil 4 remake. We'll get into that in a little bit. Timothy. We'll get into that in a little bit. Unless you want to pivot to that to be your number one story. But I think we stick with this and do the Mario Kart thing. And then we'll do an ad break and then we'll come back to that. I'll have time to prep it.
Love that.
Force Unleashed sucked. Assassin's Creed SEO Collection, February 17th. They showed SD Gundam something or other 2022. Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamers Edition, April 7th. Then we got more of Kirby Forgotten Land, which introduced Mouthful Mode. And we got Car Mouth, Vending Mouth, Cone Mouth, Scissor Lift Mouth. What was that?
It was gross. It's
one of those
shit if I've ever seen it.
when he puts his mouth around the car, it stresses me out because I feel like that's where it would start to crack.
He's
like,
gonna
rip.
tear.
He's gonna
He's
rip.
gonna tear. That's right. But I'm telling you, those
gone.
kids love it. That's what they want to
do.
keep.
I know.
They want to see Kirby tear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like.
They want the risk of tear is what they
March
want.
25th. That's coming out March 25th. MLB The Show 22 on Switch showed up.
Just to be clear,
that comes
that's
out
what I've
April
read.
5th.
That's what I read. I'm not involved.
Then they ran through a bunch of collections they're gonna have. They got Kingdom Hearts, Ingram Masterpiece for Cloud. Then they got Kelowna and Kelowna 2 coming out July 8th. The Portal Companion Collection is coming out later this year. And then Live a Live. Is that what it is? July 22nd. Looks awesome.
HD 2D.
Looks awesome. Pear sold me on. I mean, the trailers. I was like, I'm gonna play this game and try this game. And then Pear was talking it up on Twitter last night. It's like his favorite game of all time, or his favorite RPG of all time. I gotta check it out. Then number 15, they showed Nintendo Switch Sports, basically bringing back Wii Sports, but for the Switch. Tennis, bowling, chambra, soccer, badminton, volleyball. It's gonna have local play and online. It's coming out April 29th. Or I'm sorry, April 29th, 2020. There'll be an update in the summer to use the Pro Controller when you're trying to play the soccer kicking game, because I got a soccer whatever game in there. And then in the fall, it's going to update with golf. You'll have your own golf game in there, and it'll be fun for everybody. Andy was very excited. There's an online play test coming February 18th through the 20th with bowling, chambra, and tennis. Then they got that drum game, Taiko no Tatsusu Rhythm Festival. 76 songs, 4-player co-op. There's an in-game subscription with 500 songs. It's coming in 2022. They showed Triangle Strategy again, put out a demo. There's a new demo. It goes up to chapter 3. Your save data will transfer when the game comes out next month. Cuphead, The Delicious Last Course got a trailer June 30th. Then they announced, yes, we know it's your birthday. We're very excited. Very excited. Then Metroid Dread got a free update announcement. It's got Dread mode difficulty, which of course is super hard. You get hit once, you're dead. Then they got rookie mode difficulty, which is super easy. And I'm going to play it on that probably. It's out right now.
That's great. Just the one time I want to cut you off here, just because I don't think we're going to go back to Metroid Dread, is the rookie mode is huge. Like that is going to allow so many more people to enjoy this extremely quality video game. And
for real, I know. I mean, and I'm not being facetious. Like I missed it because it dropped, like the Switch and Dread dropped like the day Benjamin was born, and so I totally missed it. And then all the reviews were like, "It's punishing," and I love it. And I'm like, I hate that kind of shit. I'm not going to play it. So this totally makes me want to turn it on and go.
In my opinion, it's more of a Canna Bridge of Spirits punishing and less a Sifu punishing. But like for you, like I feel like you would.
But
enjoy
how
it.
I'd be. I'd get to a boss, I'd get frustrated, I'd put it down to like clear my head, and I'd start playing something else, and I'd never come back.
But what I'm hoping for is that you can change the difficulty on the fly. Like that is something that I really appreciate the video games have allowed. Where it's like
.com/you're wrong. Tell us if that's correct.
Yeah,
you could do it.
Oh shit, yeah, because that'd be huge. I really enjoy that as a feature. And I the first time I experienced that was, and I'm not saying this is the first time it existed, but the first time I saw it was God of War. And I remember there was one fight that I was like, I'm just getting my teeth kicked in. I don't want this right now. And I just dropped the difficulty to easy, got through that one fight. Later went back and did a similar thing again. And it was good, but I was just like, that's such a nice thing. So good for you, Nintendo. I hope that's the way it works.
Yeah, I think that's a great way. And again, I know how beloved Metroid is. I know how much people loved Metroid Dread. And even I saw the one, the only, the Lion, Lucy O'Brien from IGN.com talking about how much she didn't think she'd like Metroid Dread, and then it became, I want to say, one of her games of the year, but she definitely loved it last year when she was playing it and talking about survival horror and stuff. She made me interested in it, but still when people are like, oh yeah, and whenever somebody's like, oh man, I spent 2 hours on a boss, I'm like, fuck that. No thanks. Like that's not how I want to play a game or whatever.
It's the final boss, but still.
You know what, Tim? A lot of times people say online, man, Tim Geddes, what a Nintendo Switch fanboy. And I say, no, he's not. He's got a lot of good things. And then here you are just carrying water. I can't even have a fucking opinion without you being like, no, it's not that bad, actually. Actually, you know what I mean? Where do they put
the corporate apologist Geddes? That's what they've been calling me.
Do they call you that?
Oh, they do.
No. You don't want to know what they call me. Oh man, there was a great thing. I didn't want to. It's because it was from a jerk. So I didn't want to.
Everyone fires, okay?
Oh, smokes.
Oh, is that what it was? It was smokes.
That was where the smokes. Oh, and that's fantastic.
It was a return. All right, I'm just saying, Tim can't be wrong.
I got a lot of tweets yesterday of people being like, "There were smokes."
There were smokes, and it worked out in the end.
Yeah. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off here, Greg.
I'm furious. Where do I get a demo on this thing? Where's the Triangle Strategy demo? Click on it.
You're trying to get the Triangle Strategy demo right now?
Yeah. Well, I brought it over. It's downloading. Everything's fine. Don't worry. We got it.
We out
It's
here.
happening, ladies and gentlemen, right there. You see the 2 updates happening there on my Switch, and I already got Cart downloaded. I'm ready.
Hell yeah.
We'll talk about Cart in a second. Sorry. Nintendo Switch Online then announced that they're also adding Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings, which is basically Mother 1, the NES game. That's out today as well. Then they did one of those really quick things, right? And my notes don't even make sense. Zombie Army, something's coming in April. Gets Fuma's coming out today. Demon Slayer, maybe Demon Slayer. Slay Damon Hatfield, June 10th. Lego Brawls. Lego Brails is what I wrote. Lego Brawls, June 2022. 2 Point Canvas, yada, yada, yada. They had a whole bunch of stuff. Go watch the direct or watch our reactions, which are live, youtube.com/kindafunnygames right now. Then Mario Kart 8 Deluxe got rolled out. We all got excited because they're like, we want to talk about what's coming to Mario Kart. And we're all like, like Mario Kart 9, is it actually happening? And then they're like, it's Mario Kart 8. And we're like, what? And then they were like, it's DLC. And they showed the remastered courses for paid DLC. It's the Booster Course Pass. The messaging on this was a little clunky, and a lot of people got confused by it. So to be clear, for $24.99, you get 48 new courses by the end of 2023. What's going to happen is you're going to get 6 drops of 8 courses apiece. So that equals to the 48. The first one is coming on, or first drop, the first 8 courses are coming on March 18th for 20. And again, it's total $24.99. A lot of people initially knee-jerked thinking it was, 6 easy payments of $24.99. It is not that at all. Just $24.99. But if that wasn't a good enough deal for you, it's also free with the expansion pack. So if you have the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack, you have it already. You don't have to worry about it. Then to end it all, Timothy, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was revealed. Cisco freaked out wherever he's touring and killing it. That's coming out on September 22nd, the day after Poe's birthday.
And I know that, we're not really the JRPG guys. We're definitely not the Xenoblade Chronicles enthusiasts. And we always joke about the Cisco thing because it is funny. But this is a huge deal. And this is going to speak to a lot of core Nintendo gamers out there. And people are very, very, very stoked that not only is this happening, but that it's happening with the release date that we expect to stick. Like this, I truly believe is going to happen. So all that really, really cool. I love that this direct kind of spoke to a lot of different types of Nintendo gamers, even if the big one more thing isn't necessarily for us. We got a whole bunch of other things, but I'm happy that they're speaking with big AAA Nintendo titles to the audiences that want them.
Yeah. And I'm with you of the big one more thing wasn't for us. It's for the Nintendo audience. We know how many people love Xenoblades, and I can't fucking complain if you're going to give me 48 new courses for Mario Kart right before
straight up.
What I mean? What am I going to do? I'm going to be, and I didn't point out, sorry, they're remastered courses from Mario Kart's history. They're all over the place, including the newest on tour one, although, then all the way back through other stuff and yada, yada. But we'll talk about that in a second. Before we get into the Mario Kart, we talked about the Metroid Dread thing. That's great. I guess, do you have anything, how you're stoked for Strikers, right? That's when you freaked out the most on the stream.
Yeah, no, I mean, everybody that knows Kind of Funny knows that I really am passionate and care about things like Marvel and Nintendo. And there's certain things that get me really excited. And big reveals are one of those things. And I have my big freak out moments, and that's me hanging out with my friends. And when something surprises me, I get really excited. I don't know if I've ever been caught off guard as much as I was yesterday with Strikers. I was genuinely shocked that it's actually happening. There was a lot of logic that led to making me believe that it could possibly happen. But it's been over a decade since we last saw a Mario Strikers game. I had truly given up hope that we were going to see one again. It didn't feel core to the sports franchise in the way that golf and tennis did. And I think a big part of that too is the art style. Mario Strikers represented a shift from Nintendo that was almost a weird one-off experiment where there was an anger to it. There was a rawness to it. There's black outlines, and Mario looked mad. You know what I mean? When you play, you'd see these guys, and they, for the first time ever, Mario's cast looked cool.
I saw a clip going around yesterday of Waluigi doing a crotch chop. That was something that was in the original version. All right, hell yeah. I can get down this extreme Mario, Kevin.
And that was backed up with an extremely fun multiplayer game. That was the type of game on the GameCube and even the Wii era that was that was in the rotations for those eras, in the same way we always talk about N64 having GoldenEye and Smash and Mario Party. When we got to the GameCube era, it was Smash, it was Strikers. That was one of the core weekend. We're playing this for hours on end type games, especially because you could have as many players as you could. So I am very excited that it's back. I can't believe they're keeping the art style. So much of that's exciting to me. The up to 8 players is very, very cool. June 10th, close enough for me that I'm okay, cool. That's feeling imminent at this point with how quickly days are moving. A lot to be worried about, obviously. Mario Tennis and golf weren't the best. I think that they're kind of those alongside Super Mario Party. Wait,
No.
yes, Super Mario Party was the first one. Mario Party Superstars.
You're right.
Right? I
You're
think.
right. Yeah, you're right. I'll boot
But
it
the
up.
first Mario Party on Switch and the two sports titles, I would say, are examples of the weaker Switch entries in Nintendo franchises, next to pretty much knock it out of the park every time entries we've seen for most other franchises. So I'm a little hesitant about that. But seeing the trailer, seeing the art style, I'm like, they know what they have here. So I'm hopeful.
You should be. I am as well. And then I guess the other thing we haven't touched on, but why not? Nintendo Switch Sports. That got a big pop out of the group too. Exciting to see that stuff back. I'm excited to bowl again, have some fun out there.
Yeah, very cool. That's a weirder one for me where like I'm happy it exists. I don't actually care about it. I'm not really gonna play it. I got my fill back then. I'm surprised in multiple ways. I expected to get this a lot sooner in the Switch's life cycle. Like I can't believe it took 5 years to get here. I'm also surprised that it's not part of the expansion pass or something. Like this kind of feels like that type of game to me, where it's just like Nintendo adding value to their ecosystem with their Wii Sports title, right? But we'll see. They seem to be adding a lot into it, and they seem to, what excites me most about the Switch Sports game that we saw yesterday is it seems to be quality over quantity. They had Resort, they had some of the other things, and like not all of the games were created equal. It seems like they're like, let's focus on things and actually have good gameplay experiences. I say that while they also had one of the most awkward direct presentation moments we've had since the original reveal with 1-2 Switch, with them having the Joy-Con on their legs, jumping around, playing volleyball, and then the dude just like took off into outer space. I don't really fucking know what happened, but yeah, that's all I have to say on that.
Okay, then let's transition, ladies and gentlemen, over to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and its Booster Course Pass, the DLC. Tim, you slept on it for a night here.
Mm-hmm.
You are, of course, a humongous Mario Kart fan.
Mm-hmm.
And to the point, I want to come out and stump for you. You know, obviously, I do a lot of characters on these shows. I do, you know, that I love Mario Kart. I played so much Double Dash in college. I used to throw IGN parties when the Wii one launched. Yada yada yada. Like I love Mario Kart. Your passion for Mario Kart dwarfs mine in every way. To where like we're talking about years after the 2017 release, you and me would be on a flight. And I would look over at what you're playing on your Switch, and you would still be grinding out 200 cc's. I'm like, Jesus, dude. Like I was like, it's one of those things where again, I respect you so much in your passion for Nintendo products and stuff. But like Smash and Kart, I'm just like, well, it's not even fun to try playing you. Like you know this shit so well.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not that good at anything, but I just love it so much, and I love Mario Kart. And guess what, Greg? What I do last night, I played a lot of Mario Kart, and it was a lot of fun. Just like you had to re-download it. I'll never have to re-download it.
Well, for the record, I did take that on the chin from a lot of people of re-downloading it. It was my Switch OLED. I didn't turn on. I didn't do the master wipe transfer everything from my old Switch. So for my Switch OLED, I just started up with what do I need right now, which was Animal Crossing, and I've been adding to that because I had such a backlog on my other Switch that I was like, I'm never gonna play it. Blah blah.
Yeah. But I had so much fun just popping in there, just playing a couple Grand Prix and just getting ready because next month I'm gonna get to play courses in the Mario Kart 8 engine for the first time in almost a decade. Or that's not true. It almost is true at this point. That's crazy. The last time we got some was 2014. Whoa. I'm very excited about this. I think that I tweeted about this, but I think that this is one of the most exciting versions of the way that this could happen for me, where I love the Mario Kart 8 engine. I love the way that it plays. I think that it is the best the Mario Kart series has ever been. I love having the two items, like the additions that Deluxe made over 8. I think it just plays like a damn dream. It looks fantastic. Everything about it is great. So just more courses, double the courses. We are going to, at the end of the day, double the amount of content in this game. And it already had a ridiculous amount of content. So all of that is fantastic to me. The pricing is, I think, a ridiculous value. $25, even if you're paying for it, that is like insane for 48 new courses, which you wouldn't really get from a brand new Mario game anyways. A lot of the courses are going to be new to us because they're based on the Mario Kart World Tour mobile game that we haven't had yet. What's interesting as an extra layer to that to me is that some of those levels are really cool. They're based on more modern games like New Donk City from Odyssey and things like that. But they're still making courses for that game. So one of the disappointing things about this news is that they're all going to be remastered tracks, which means we're not going to get new crossover things like the F-Zero track or the Hyrule course that we got, or Animal Crossing that we got in the DLC for Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. But there is a workaround for that they could potentially do of making new tracks in Tour and then remastering them on for this, because this is going to last for the next 2 years till the end of 2023. So there's a lot of potential there.
So yeah, let me give you the official rundown from Nintendo and their press release that they put out. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass. A total of 48 remastered courses from across the Mario Kart series will be coming to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's paid downloadable content. 8 courses will be released at a time over 6 waves by the end of 2023, which can all be played locally or online. You can enjoy the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass at no additional cost with a paid Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pack membership, or purchase it on its own for $24.99. Courses such as Wii Coconut Mall, N64 Choco Mountain, and Tour Tokyo Blur will be included in the first wave. The first wave of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass will launch on March 18th. Pre-orders are up now on the DLC thing for it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. The one, the only, the CEO Junior, Barrett Courtney. Another huge, I would never, game respect game. Another humongous, colossal Mario Kart fan. Barrett, how are you?
Doing well, Greg. How are you today?
Good. Did you see the Mario Kart signal and join because of it?
Yeah, I heard Mario Kart in 200cc, and then I just somehow ended up in this Discord call.
And again, that's the thing about it, where it's like, I'm telling you guys, I fucking love Mario Kart. 200cc, I'm always like, that's not fun, and I don't want to learn it. And you psychopaths.
It sucks.
I don't like 200cc. Playing it for fun.
It's so fun. Going back to, like, especially when you get so used to 200cc, it's not fun to go back to the others.
Sure.
The levels just aren't designed around it. It's bad. It's a bad gameplay mode. Shouldn't exist. It should only exist if they redesign the levels to fit it better.
I mean, you just gotta get better at it, Tim. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying I'm bad at that. I'm just saying I don't enjoy it.
Barrett, what was your take on this DLC, the Booster Course?
It was, I had the knee-jerk reaction. I feel like a lot of people, especially when they're like, hey, we're going to be rolling these out until the end of 2023. And it was like, oh, so like MK9 ain't coming anytime soon. Cool.
Educator Gamer writes into patreon.com/kindoffunnygames, says, good morning, KFGD crew. With the recent announcement of the Booster Course Pass for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe during yesterday's Nintendo Direct, do you think the often rumored Mario Kart 9 will still come out on the Switch? With the strong sales number of this beloved racer and the slow rollout of courses until the end of 2023, wouldn't it make more sense for Nintendo to put the next installment of Mario Kart out on the next Nintendo console? Tim, is that the right move?
Well, there's a couple of things. First off, we're not getting a Mario Kart 9. This is full-on proof that Mario Kart Tour is Mario Kart 9. We'll be getting a Mario Kart 10. I think that is undeniable at this point. Like the way that Nintendo presented the maps, like if you go to their website, it shows like what each map from from Wave 1 is from, and they treat Tour as if it is a core title. So it's going to be 10. I think that with this, it's like we don't need Mario Kart 9 on the Switch. They're kind of giving us so much content. And again, like that, it's not perfect. Like, of course, we want more crossover characters and more new levels that can cross over. Really, at this point, it's about the crossovers because they've already had so many courses. Them going back to all these old ones, I'm a little bit surprised that they're not just straight up treating this like a platform going full on Smash Ultimate with it. Of, hey, everything is here. It's all in one place. And this is Mario Kart. Like, they could have just come out with a brand new Mario Kart, called it Mario Kart 10, had all these old levels, had it be this like, yo, we're starting from the base being it's all here and then charging $60 for it. So I'm a little surprised they're going this route, which I think is an insane deal.
Yeah, I mean, that was my thing too, where, it's funny when we were going through the Direct, you had already made maybe we'll see this from Mario Kart 9 or whatever, some of the blah, and they showed that Disney kart racer, and you were like, well, we're not going to see anything from Mario Kart. So when they popped up, it was that initial like, oh shit, it's more Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And then when it was 48 courses, like, that got me insanely excited. I think that, and I'm with you of like, what a great deal. I already have the expansion pack, let alone the fact if I didn't, $25. And it's been interesting to see the internet's reaction to it. Because overall, and Tim, you're way more dialed than I am. What I've seen casually is positive. It seems like people are excited for it. But there has been a bit back and forth of like, oh man, like, it's interesting that I have to pay for this. Like, we've already done this, we've already done that, blah, blah. And then people who just wanted a Mario Kart 9, which I get. For me personally, like, 48 courses is a new Mario Kart.
Oh,
like
100%.
it's getting me to turn on this Mario Kart again and go play Mario Kart again. And I already own that game, so I'd rather. And granted, we would have gotten it for review and yada yada. Well, I guess actually we ended up buying a lot of Nintendo games, but I digress. Let's just say for argument's sake, I would have gotten it for free. I'd rather pay the $25 for it, just 48 new courses, than $60 for a brand new Mario Kart right now. Like I want Mario Kart 9. Whenever they get off their butts and give me a new Mario Kart, I'm gonna pay for it or get it through whatever. But I'm there for it. But this seems like a crazy deal of like, yeah, why this is great, isn't it? I think this is a great deal, and I think this is a great move for it.
After sleeping on it, like I personally really enjoy it. Like it feels like them doing, like, I know people have been equating it a lot to Smash Ultimate and like how they like kept adding to that over the years, especially on Switch, right? I think of it more as like them doing their weird little version of like Mario Party Superstars and giving us like this like really nostalgic, like, hey, like here are like a bunch of like old school tracks that you're gonna love going back to, and like Tim was saying, in the best Mario Kart engine, in the game that feels the best to play, right? For me personally, like it'll tide me over. Like I'm not as like I don't care as much of like if it's a nostalgic track or if it's a crossover track, like Tim was saying, like with the Zelda course and the F-Zero courses, right? I just want something else. I just want new courses and quote unquote new old courses being remastered, whatever. But yeah, like just like I need to not be playing the same. What is it, like 8 things over and over again? Like I just need something.
That's where I'm at too, where it's like, I'm excited for this because it'll be new content. Even the courses that I've played before on previous carts, I'm not going to remember, and they're going to be remastered. They're using the whole magnets and flying.
Maybe,
and all this
man. I said that yesterday.
I apologize.
I said that because I assumed it. And I still do assume it, but looking through the footage, like people were tweeting me, like I don't see evidence of that, and like they're right. There is no evidence of that in them, but I just don't imagine them not doing that. Like I feel like because they are not remastering, they are recording arrangements of the music with the Mario Kart orchestra, which, like, I don't know if you remember, but Mario Kart 8 soundtrack is a banger because it's super like jazz rock influenced, and it takes all the classic songs, and like they really went all out for it. And we hear the Coconut Mall remix in the trailer from yesterday, and it's like they're going all out. And if they're doing that, if they're Mario Kart 8ifying it that much, I imagine they're gonna go a little bit further. Whether or not they do, I don't think is that big of a deal because it doesn't drastically change the courses, but some of them at least changes them visually, like the GBA course, the opening GBA course. I think it's the Toad Circuit or whatever the hell. Like it used to just be an oval, but then in Mario Kart 8, it became like a bent oval where you go up eventually.
Yeah.
So I can see them doing that type of little change ups, which is fun.
Yeah, and again, I think it's exciting just to have everybody playing kart again. You know what I mean? Like it would be weird, and not weird, I guess, but in the way our jobs and world work, for me to be like, hey, Mike, let's stream kart today or whatever, right? But like the idea, like when we were all playing Mario Kart Deluxe in 2017, when it came out, those were some of the best times in the office, where we were all fucking around and playing the community and doing all this stuff and like just having those moments. It was so engaging and great and fun and just that and fun. That's the whole thing. And again, people are like, they want 9 or they want a different game. I understand that. And maybe it's just me and how I use my Switch and what I think of Nintendo games or whatever. Like I'm excited to have new content for the toy and go play with my friends with it.
Yeah. And what I really love about that is the way that they're dropping this. Like we're about to get 8 new courses next month. And then we're about to get 8 new courses in intervals leading throughout this year and next year. Like that's going to give us new Mario Kart drops and have that moment of us being able to join together as friends and have fun multiple times for the next 2 years with Mario Kart. That's so exciting to me. And when you start talking about the cost, like we were really only talking about the $25, which I think is a great deal. When you add in the fact that it's free with the expansion pack, it's like, come on. I've already went through all my arguments for why the expansion pack was already a good deal. It's just becoming more and more of a good deal.
It's not a good deal until DK64 gets added to the N64 games, all right?
Yeah, and one day it might. And on that day, Barrett's going to be very happy. But with that, I think that you can go out there and get the expansion pack. And if you play Nintendo games, I think it's becoming clear that they're going to keep adding more DLC expansion packs to the expansion pack, that this one cost is going to cover your games when it comes to some of the Nintendo titles. That's huge. This is a lot of content. And I was not even talking about the N64 games and all the other stuff.
What I want to bring here is Beard Adept, who writes into patreon.com/kindoffunnygames and says, what's up, Greg and Tim? Barrett, he didn't know you'd be here. That was a doozy of a direct with a lot of awesome announcements, but I want to focus on the Mario Kart Booster Course Pass. With this and the Fighter Pass before it, do you think it'll set a precedent for Nintendo games? Could we see a party pass for Mario Party Superstars? Love to know your thoughts, Beard Adept. Timothy?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think that that's kind of what they're going for. But Bear just brought up the Smash thing with the challenger packs. Like, I think that Nintendo clearly over the last decade at this point, starting really with Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, was trying out different ways to figure how do we do DLC. In this direct we saw yesterday, we saw a willingness of them to put out updates for things like Metroid Dread that are kind of smaller, just modes and things like that aren't like, hey, here's content, but it's like, hey, we're just enhancing the gameplay experience that people had with Dread. It kind of is clear that they looked at the feedback to Dread over the last couple months. We're like, hey, some people want it harder, some people want it easier. Let's make this game better for more people. That's awesome whenever we see developers kind of thinking that way. And I think with this, it's another example of them being like, look, they're a business. They're trying to make money. This is the highest selling Switch game by a large margin at this point. Of course, they have a fan base there. This is the type of news that's going to get people all over excited, no matter what level of gamer they are. This is exciting news. And there's multiple entry points that are not that big of a investment. And it's something that people have already invested in and are willing to invest in. And that's the best type of audience you want as somebody trying to sell something, is somebody that has already proven that they are willing to buy that thing. Right. So I like this. And I think that Nintendo having its expansion pack be the home, it didn't mean shit to me when it was Animal Crossing because I didn't care. Now it's like, oh shit, well, I already had it for the N64 stuff. And now I'm getting this too. That's great. What's next? And I think we're going to get
what's next is really that's where it's interesting, right? What they'll continue to add to that. Hopefully the wrestling games one day. Barrett, any final thoughts before we move on?
Let's stream Mario Kart when it comes out.
Hell
Fuck yeah.
I'm right there, brother. Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, you can be part of the show at patreon.com/kindoffunnygames, where you write in with your questions, where you get the show ad-free, and where you get it with the post show. But guess what? You're not watching over there. So let's have a word from our sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Look, I get it. You don't watch porn, so maybe you're just paying attention to this ad for, a friend. But with everything going on in the world, governments have increased surveillance. They're using your devices to track your location movements, and in a lot of places, your internet activity. ExpressVPN reroutes your internet connection through a secure encrypted server so you can surf the web anonymously. Newsflash, incognito mode is a sham. Your ISP can still see every single site you visit, but with one click of a button, ExpressVPN keeps others from seeing all the freaky stuff you've been looking at. Yeah, talking about you, Nick Scarpino. We've been using ExpressVPN for a long time. It's been keeping me safe, keeping me secure. I just feel better being out on the internet, knowing that ExpressVPN has my back. Protect your privacy today and get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. Visit expressvpn.com/kindafunny. That's expressvpn.com/kindafunny for 3 months free with a 1-year package. Visit expressvpn.com/kindafunny to learn more. Shout out to Chime for sponsoring this episode. New year, new you, maybe a you who leaves behind things that don't serve you, like those dang overdraft fees. When your checking account balance is running low, the last thing you need is an overdraft fee. But with Chime, an award-winning app and debit card, you can save that hard-earned cash money without paying overdraft fees. Eligible members can overdraft up to $200 on debit card purchases and cash withdrawals with absolutely no overdraft fees. Make your first good decision in 2022 and join over 10 million people using Chime. Sign up only takes 2 minutes and doesn't affect your credit score. You can get started at chime.com/kfgames. That's chime.com/kfgames. Banking services provided by and debit card issued by the Bancorp Bank or Stride Bank N.A. members FDIC. Eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Overdraft only applies to debit card purchases and cash withdrawals. Limits start at $20 and may be increased up to $200 by Chime. See chime.com/spotme and go to chime.com/kfgames to get started.
As promised, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to some breaking news over at fanbyte.com, where the one, the only, the Don, Imran Khan, reports some details from the unannounced Resident Evil 4 remake. This is actually, I'm going to put as more of a required reading. I was breezing through it during the ads. Obviously, it's happening as we did it. Imran does great work, and you should support him. I'm going to give you a couple paragraphs, so I'll start at the top, right? The remake for Resident Evil 4 has not been officially announced. If you're someone whose sole criteria for believing game information hinges on the fact that nothing is confirmed, then let me stop you early. Nothing in this report is confirmed. In part, that's because the game itself has not been confirmed. All the information here is provided by Fanbyte's sources, which are hopefully both trustworthy and accurate. As always, things change mid-development, and information can be out of date from different people. But the report featured below is the best to our knowledge. This includes multiple verifications, but no official sanction from Capcom. And then Imran goes on to talk about what is happening and what they've heard. I thought this was interesting when they're doing it, right? Hold on, sorry, one. The title was originally being developed by M2, a studio of former Capcom and mostly ex-Platinum Games developers that were also working on Resident Evil 3 remake. Capcom had apparently hoped by green lighting the project that they could entice Shinji Mikami, the original director of the game, now at Tango Gameworks, to work on the title alongside his old friend. This was actually part of the reasoning behind the name M2. Mikami was reportedly intrigued by the offer, but felt Tango would fall apart without him and eventually declined. After some mixed response to Resident Evil 3 Remake, Capcom shifted the project internally and put Resident Evil 2 Remake's project leads on it. M2 shifted to a support studio for the title, though their original work is still being used. From that foundation, Capcom is no longer looking for a strict scene-by-scene remake of Resident Evil 4, lauded though it may be. Then it goes on to talk about this. There's a whole bunch more stuff. Some of the changes to the story, such as giving side characters bigger roles and more screen time, are also planned. Again, this is a meaty report from the one, the only Imran Khan, the former informer. Go to fanbyte.com, look for it there. Some details from the unannounced Resident Evil 4 remake. Tim, does that get you going? Does that get you excited?
Oh, I am so excited, man. I loved Resident Evil 2 remake, and I really loved Resident Evil 3 remake. It had its issues, but like I am all about this. Resident Evil 4, obviously a classic, and it's been released 10,000 times, ported to every single system known to mankind. So it getting a remake is a bit of a surprise to me, but at the same time, it is one of the best games ever. So them kind of taking it, enhancing it in ways. I'm even like jumping forward a little bit here, and Imran's talking about some of the added content being the assignment Ada, and just some of the shorter campaign stuff that like we saw or heard about, whatever, being combined and fleshed out into a longer thing. I like that, and I like them. He was talking about their aim is to make it a little bit spookier than the first game was. Like, to me, that's kind of what these type of remakes should be. It's like take the spirit of the original but modernize it, and we saw that with Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3, which stayed true to what those games were for the most part, but cut some things here that we didn't need, added some things there that were necessary, and overall just kind of provided a superior experience for me. I know there's a lot of hardcore fans out there that wouldn't agree with that, but I'm fine with them cutting the tower from 3. Didn't think that was necessary. So what they do with 4, very excited about. I hope that we hear about this sooner than later officially.
We will wait and see. Yeah, it'll be, if they've moved stuff around, and I don't know the timetable. And again, this is all breaking. I'm trying to catch up. It'll be interesting to see how long before we hear something about it. Tim, what's your guess? When do you think you'd hear something about it?
I mean, Capcom has been releasing the Resident Evil games essentially annually, and then they missed this year. Like, there's nothing this year right now, and it was like early years or early months of the year for the Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, and then Village was May. So I think that we're getting to a point where the development cycles might be a little bit longer. And also to Imran's credit before, I remember when he was back with us, he was talking about how he had heard that 2 and 3 were originally part of the same project. So that kind of would explain why they were able to be released so rapid back to back. So it doesn't surprise me that like there is a little bit larger of a gap, but I'm hoping that we get this by early next year, in the same way that we got 2 and 3. Yeah. So that'd be really cool.
We will wait and see, ladies and gentlemen. Again, head over to Fanbyte, read Imran's report on some details from the unannounced Resident Evil 4 remake. Number 2 on the Roper report, Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit film and gaming rights are up for sale. This is Cynthia Littleton over at Variety. Hollywood is about to stampede into Middle-earth. An array of movie merchandising, gaming, and live events rights for the Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit, and other titles from author J.R.R. Tolkien are coming up for auction now at the Saul Zenit company has decided to sell its Tolkien holdings. Zenit Co. Has hired ACF Bank. The Tolkien properties are projected to fetch at least $2 billion based on recent high valuations for their top tier IP and content producers. The Zenit company holdings encompass rights to exploit Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit properties in film, video games, merchandising, live events, and theme parks. It also includes limited matching rights should the Tolkien estate fate, decide to make movies or other content based on the 2 compilations of Tolkien writings, which were published after his death in 1973. This is here for a simple reason. I say,
read them, Greg. Read the published names.
Oh, the Similarian and the Unfinished Tales of Numeron and Middle-earth, you fucking dorks. I say that what we do, Tim, is we get the thermometer out. I know it's not Kind of Funny Day yet. It'll be Kind of Funny Day when the studio's ready, but we get a thermometer now. We raise at least $2 billion. We buy these rights, put all this shit in a safe, lock it, throw it into the ocean. Just be done with Lord of the Rings. How many fucking times do I gotta hear about these shitty elves? Why aren't we talking about Clerks 3, Kevin? Why aren't we talking about Clerks 3? Why are we talking about what Gandalf is up to in this goddamn Amazon series?
But let's be honest. At this point, do we really want a Clerks 3? We've seen what Kevin Smith's been up to, and like
Man, you turned on Kevin Smith so fast. You turned on Kevin Smith so fast. You did not like Reboot,
fault,
and that was the end of it. Reboot was great. You're crazy. I can't wait for Clerks 3.
Great?
Yeah. Remember, you got mad at me during the in review about this. In review.
Maybe.
Jane Silent Bob Reboot. Go check it out.
Hey, man. Like, if you're keeping track about my feelings, fuck you, all right? That's not what you're about, you know?
You're keeping track of my feelings. I love that. I was going to say we buy it somehow. We need to. Is there any crazy scheme? What's up?
That's what I just said.
Oh, well, that was step 1.
Or wait, buy what?
Step 1, we buy it. Step 2, we put it in the safe
and throw it in the ocean.
Yes. Step 3, we don't throw it in the ocean. We give it to Kevin Smith. I want to see what Kevin Smith can do.
Fuck that. Yeah. You just blew my mind.
But he doesn't earn it until he figures out how to get in the safe.
Oh, cool. It's like an escape room.
Saying $1 million idea. Put it on an NFT.
Accordingly, it's a $2 billion idea, according to this thing. If you got $2 billion, go for it. But that's what's happening. I just wanted to make a joke about Lord of the Rings.
They're just trying to make a bunch of money, you know what I mean? Like
good for them. Good for the Silmarillion. You know what I'm talking about? Go get your cash money.
I know that. I've heard Lucy talk about that shit before. Isn't that? Didn't they pull that in? They pushed some of that shit into the Hobbit so they could pad out the Hobbit. Because the book's super short, but they're like, let's make money and make 3 of them.
You're definitely saying it wrong, Greg. Just so you know.
Similarian? Not a chance.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
You definitely said Numenor wrong.
No, Numenor is right.
Yeah, but Numenor the right way.
No, you didn't. You said Numeron.
Again, like, I didn't know you're one of these dorks. Show me your little elf pendant. Get out of here. You know what I mean? Shut up, Tim. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Number 3. Horizon's got some cool accessibility features. Obviously, we always talk about games after the fact that fucked up accessibility. Obviously, PlayStation's been trying to do better. I mean, a whole bunch of people have too, but we talk about The Last of Us and what an impressive suite that was. Gorilla has posted a whole bunch over on the blog. If you just want to scroll through at random, Kev, just to show how detailed they are. They got difficulty, they got controller settings, they got audio, they got it. You name it, they got it to try to make Forbidden West a game everybody can play. I'm going to read the difficulty section. I thought that was interesting. We understand that every player wants their own type of challenge in the Forbidden West, so we have 5 difficulty settings that are tailored to give you the experience you prefer. From story mode, which eases the combat experience so you can focus on exploration and story, to very hard, which presents you with a tough, demanding combat experience and really tests your skills. Of course, I just talked recently on PS I Love You XOXO about Sifu in the context of, we were talking between Janet and Blessing and myself of like, you know, when a challenge is too challenging, it turns you off to a game. Similar to what we're talking about with Dread. I referenced when we talked about on PS I Love You, is Returnal too hard? We had accessibility expert, the blind gamer, Steve Saylor on. And he was very clear about, I don't want just a easy mode. I want to be able to tweak things. Gorilla just put in the first part of like, well, we have an easy mode, but they go further. We're also introducing the custom difficulty setting, which allows you to adjust damage levels that Aloy deals and receives to and from enemies, giving more flexibility in adjusting combat difficulty. Horizon Forbidden West has a focus on hunting machines, then detaching, I'm jumping around by the way, and then detaching and looting their resources to craft ammo and upgrade equipment. Many of these resources can be destroyed if not detached before the machine is killed. This can be challenging, so we've introduced an easy loot system. Turning on the easy loot option means that any resource component that is still attached when killing a machine are added to its loot inventory. This lessens the need to detach those components during combat. The system is the default for story and easy, but you can do it, you can put it as an option in custom. This stuff goes on like this areas. Controller settings. Horizon Forbidden West has a few preset controls, but we also implemented fully remappable gameplay controls with the guidance of any potential conflicts, meaning you can fully customize which button or input does what. Another new feature is the co-pilot system, which grants a second PlayStation controller with mirrored controls access to the game. This only requires another controller and a second user profile. The co-pilot system was implemented thanks to incredible feedback and support from our Sightless accessibility consultant. Then audio, they have a whole bunch of different stuff, but I thought this was cool. Audio-wise, there are individual volume controls for music, speech, and sound effects. You can also force mono audio, and you can remove tinnitus sounds, which are triggering sounds, e.g. machine shrieks, which are similar to tinnitus sounds. Again, this is a glance. This is skimming the surface of what's in this article, let alone what's in the game. If you are into accessibility, I urge you to go over to the blog and read the entire report from Gorilla. But even if you're not, I think it's just cool to see, again, what we've talked about so much, right? Where accessibility leads into approachability. And, again, listening to the Steve episode of PS I Love You about Returnal, talking about the fact that, Blessing and me for that matter, use subtitles all the time, which is something that was implemented for accessibility, but actually benefits everybody. So being able to put stuff in there really, I think, works. Easy loot sounds like a great thing, because I know how many times, especially in the end game, I'm hunting a very specific thing, and this is in the first Horizon, not the next one. I'm hunting a very specific thing. I want to go get it, and I remember that being a huge pain of I killed it the wrong way, or I blew the sack off whatever fucking thing I was trying to get. You know what I mean, Tim? I hate when you blow the sack off.
I hate that so much. This is great. This is PlayStation Studios continuing to show how important this stuff is and push it forward and innovate on it and standardize it. And I think that's the biggest thing, is they're standardizing this. The last couple major releases, whether it was Ghost or Last of Us Part 2 and all of that, have been pushing this forward. And I love that they are kind of putting it front and center with these blogs. And they are talking about it pre-release, like you brought up earlier. Really great stuff. And I think that we're going to see a lot more of this in the future from the rest of their projects. And I think it's going to start to trickle down even more and more throughout all of PlayStation Studios projects. And
I think all gaming in general too. I think the jig's up that you have to do it.
Absolutely. But I think that it really needs to start with people at the top saying this matters, and this is the thing that we are expecting from you. And I think that we've seen a lot of that from PlayStation Studios. We've seen it a lot from Xbox Game Studios, and it's starting to trickle down. And at this point, they own a lot of the industry. So I think that it's going to continue to go that way. But I'm happy that they are making those moves, and it is going to start to become something that they get dinged on, and it's going to affect their reviews and their Metacritics when they don't have that stuff.
For sure. Obviously, you heard Xbox say, but it's all, everything's better when we can all play together. So obviously these are cool settings that I think we'll all benefit from, but yeah, making sure everybody can play games is a pretty great thing. Remember, of course, Horizon Forbidden West review embargo is Monday, February 14th. That is Monday, just Monday. I can say Monday. Kind of Funny will have a review up as Kind of Funny Games Cast. Of course, you can write into patreon.com/kindoffunnygames right now with any questions you try to want answer on the review. And if that wasn't good enough, also write into PS I Love You, because we'll be doing the FAQ based on you read the reviews in the morning on Monday, you send in your questions right away. We record that afternoon. You get it on Tuesday, so you can hear it all there. Let's stay in the PlayStation ecosystem. Number 4, this is a fun one. The Uncharted audiobook is going to be narrated by voice actor Nolan North. This is Jordan Moreau over at Variety. Nathan Drake himself will be the voice of the audiobook for Sony's upcoming Uncharted movie. Nolan North, who voiced Drake in the massively popular PlayStation video game series, will narrate the official novelization of the film, Variety can exclusively report. North, a prolific voice actor and TV actor, will provide the voice for every character that appears in the films, including Tom Holland's younger version of Drake. Quote, I got to do Antonio Banderas, a little bit of Mark Wahlberg, and put on my own Boston accent a little bit, North told Variety in an interview. And then Nathan Drake. I didn't do Tom Holland, though. I kind of just did me. I tried to young him up a little bit. Uncharted, the official movie novelization, will be released by Penguin Random House Publishing on February 22nd, a few days after the film hits theaters on February 18th. Sci-fi and horror author S.D. Perry, who has penned novels in the film and gaming franchises like Alien, Resident Evil, and Star Trek, wrote the book.
First off, shout out to S.D. Perry. Those Resident Evil novels were bangers. The novelization of the first game is awesome. I think I read that thing like 10 times when I was little. So I love that S.D. Perry's still out here killing the game. This is hilarious when you start breaking down what this is. Uncharted is a video game that Nolan North is the voice of. They're making a movie that Nolan North is not a part of. They then wrote a book based
he's
on...
a part of it, maybe.
Well, he's not a part. He's not Nathan Drake. He's not one of the leads. Yeah. Then we got the book based on that movie, and now the voice from the game is doing the voices from the thing, but he's not doing the voice of the character of the actor in the movie version, he's doing his version from the games, but younger. What the fuck is all of this? I can't wait to see how this goes. Shout out to Nolan North. Super fucking cool. Love how talented that guy is. And I can't wait to see what this movie is.
As you know, I have a crush on Tom Holland. I think he's amazing and I love him in everything I see him in, right? Uncharted movie, going to see this thing, the thing I'm most excited for is trying to see where Nolan's cameo is going to be. We saw him on set. We saw him in the blue and white baseball tee, which was the concept art for the original Drake and Uncharted. That means at some point he's going to hit shoulders with Tom Holland and the thing be like, and he'll say one line. And
I hope he says exactly that.
Oh, goddamn Dorado. Maybe the Tom Holland's wallet. I don't know what's going to happen, but that's what I can't fucking wait for.
Yeah.
Can't fucking wait.
Cool.
Number 5 on the what? Huh?
Next week, right? The movie
film hits theaters February 18th. Yeah, next week.
Okay,
next
well,
week.
a little over that.
No, you're right.
But
No, that's right. That's right. Next week. Yeah, you're right. Next Friday, a week from tomorrow.
Yeah, that's how weeks work. Yeah. There will be a screencast review. I'm looking at 8 days. 8 days doesn't sound like a week.
Can I be on the screencast review?
You can, Greg.
I love it. Excited for that.
You're welcome.
Sorry, Kevin. Hit the bricks. Number 5.
Okay.
The Sim 4 wedding expansion won't go to Russia because they're kind of homophobic. This is Luke Plunkett. Not kind of. They're homophobic. The government. Luke Plunkett over at Kotaku writes, the Russian government is notoriously homophobic to the point where a law passed in 2013 that everyone outside of Russia simply refers to as the Russian gay propaganda law, which goes a long way to explaining why EA won't be releasing the latest Sim expansion in the region. In a blog post called Our Commitment to You, a letter to our players from the Sims team, developers Maxis explained that one of the wedding-themed expansion storylines involving a same-sex marriage between 2 characters was, quote, not something we could freely share around the world, end quote. In particular, the team wanted to explain the decision we've made to not release this pack in Russia. It comes down to a simple choice. The team could tell the stories they wanted to tell and avoid the Russian market, upsetting some local fans, or they could water down their content to meet the needs of a certain quote federal laws and release the game in the country. They chose the former. I'm going to join the letter in progress. The ability to tell stories, any story, is at the core of what we do at The Sims. Holding back Cam and Dom's story meant compromising the values we live by. We are committed to the freedom to be who you are, to love who you love, and to tell stories you want to tell. So, what does this mean for you, our players? We are steadfast in upholding that commitment by shining a light on and celebrating stories like Dom and Cam's. So, we've made the decision to forego the release of My Wedding Stories, where our storytelling would be subject to changes because of federal laws. Regrettably, this means that members of the Sims community in Russia will not be able to purchase this game pack. To our Simmers around the world, we are grateful to have you in our universe. With love and gratitude, the Sims team.
Boo.
Fuck yeah, rock on, Sims team. You know what I mean?
Boo for the Russians. Yay for the
Sims. Of course. Oh my God. No, fuck that. The Russian government for having this homophobic law. Get out of here. That's stupid. But like in this part of this equation of the game developers, I love the fact that they didn't back down. I love the fact that they didn't water it down. They didn't do something stupid or patch it out or whatever. They're going to eat the cost of whatever that would have been. Not that matters, and just be done with it. Like, that's the way to do it. Keep telling your stories and keep,
totally. And shout out to Sims, man. I feel like Sims has always been so progressive with all this stuff, like from the beginning. Like, I feel like they've pushed the games industry forward since whenever the hell the first game came out. I don't even remember, but I was like, was it the 90s or was it the early 2000s? Either way, shout out to
they both feel the same.
Yeah, that's true. But shout out to them continuing to keep up that energy.
Well, now you got me interested. I know somebody will you're wrong me in a second anyway, but first release February 4th, 2000.
Yeah, wow. 22 years.
And the final one is that I got SHU'S bag of indies, I called it, over on the PlayStation blog today. They made 7 different indie announcements that they did that thing where they just go, hey, we're going to put up a bunch of blog posts today. And everybody's like, oh, that's kind of the blue. I wish I knew about it. What's going on? So the games they talked about were, and I'll give you the news if there's any news. Moss Book 2 had some stuff up there. They talk about the game, but they don't give you news. Animal Well is coming to PlayStation 5. It's going to be out later this year or early next. They showed TMNT Shredder's Revenge stuff. Post Void is coming to PS5 and PS4 this spring.
Master Splinter is playable, baby. Let's go.
My apologies, everybody. I missed that. It's, I'm
he
looking
awesome.
I saw him with his like long arm punching somebody.
It's sick, man. His pixels look really rad. I need a release date. Give it to me. I need to know, is there online play, Greg?
There better be. 2022. Jesus.
Exploring
the upgraded Assault and Sacrifice. They showed a bunch. They talked more about that. That's coming out on May 10th. Samurai Gun 2 is coming to PlayStation 5. And then Hello 2 was announced for PS4 and PS5. There's a beta coming April 7th, 2022. Tim,
Sick.
April 7th, 2022 is so far away and 20 days before my birthday. But if I wanted something more immediate, say what came to the mom and grab shops, where would I go?
The official list of upcoming software across each and every platform is listed by the Kind of Funny Games Daily Show host each and every weekday.
Yeah. Out today, it's a Thursday. Get ready. It's a dumping ground. Eventually, I'm going to stop saying platforms.
Dump it,
it's
Greg.
just Switch. Dump it. Kung Fu Kickball is on literally fucking everything as I look at it. Breakout Recharge is on literally fucking everything as I look at it. Power Slave Exhumed is on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Eglia Rebirth is on Switch. Rise of the Third Power is on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Edge of Eternity is on everything except PC. Just all the console, no Switch. All the PlayStations, all the Xboxes. Crossfire X is on all the Xboxes.
Real quick, Crossfire X, just want to say, Snowbike Mike's been talking it up. He's like, yo, the multiplayer, absolute trash. Single player, 3 hours, not that bad. Not that bad.
Bringing endorsement. Yeah, I saw, I think I want to say Luke Plunkett on Twitter being like, Crossfire X's multiplayer is like a sin against God. Like it's some, even if it wasn't somebody else is like, this is one of the worst multiplayer experiences that's ever been ever. So I'm excited to see what that's all about. Grapple Dog, Switch PC. Here we go. This is all Switch shit. Blips, Retro Bowl, Spy Fox and Dry Cereal. Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue Cloud Version. Kingdom Hearts. Hold on, somebody already you're wrong me. OM Jesus, you're wrong me. Kingdom Hearts Int Egram Masterpiece. I fucking know the next one. Masterpiece Cloud Version. Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 Remix Cloud Version. Kingdom Hearts 3 plus Remind DLC Cloud Version. Noel The Mortal Fate. Cellular Harvest. Nape Retroverse Collection. Pajama Sam 2, Thunder and Lightning Aren't So Frightening. Putt Putt Saves the Zoo. Welcome to Elk. Kittens and Yarn.
Fuck you. No.
Castle Morihisha. Oh, that's also on PC. Derpy Conga. Valis. The Phantasm. You know, Valis, the Phantasm Soldier Collection. Sword of Elpsia. Elpsia, Sword of Elpsia, Dino Galaxy Tennis, Death Park, Perpetual Motion, no, Perpetuum Mobile, Pajama Sam, no need to hide when it's dark outside, About an Elf, Inua, A Story of Ice and Time, Ocean's Heart, Cardboard Kings, Card Shop Sim, Know by Heart, Kingdom of the, I'm sorry. Inua is on PC as well as Switch. Cardboard King Card Shop Sim is on PC. Know by Heart is on PC. Kingdom of the Dead is on PC. Blood West is on PC. Oh, God.
Cardboard Kings. Cardboard was spelled with a K, but then Card Shop. Card was spelled with a C.
I don't even try anymore.
Go join West Virginia, man.
Get out of here. You're not even trying anymore. New dates for you. Never Alone 2 is officially on its way with a sequel to the BAFTA 2015. Never Alone 2 is officially on its way with a sequel to the 2015 BAFTA winning platform in pre-production. No date, but there's news for you there. Rumbleverse got delayed, if you remember, but Iron Galaxy is inviting all PC players to join a limited time network load test. Participation is simple. Players who wishlist Rumbleverse on the Epic Game Store will automatically be granted to the network test on Saturday, February 12th, 1 to 3 p.m. Connecticut. Jesus, I'm tired. Central Time. Again, this is all Epic Game Store. Deals of the day I got for you as well. There's a free weekend of multiplayer on PlayStation rights. Share the multiplayer love this Valentine's Day. Play online with family and friends from February 12th through the 14th. No PlayStation Plus required. Meanwhile, Xbox has announced its free play days for this weekend. Golf Battle and Shred this weekend and free play days. Valkyria Revolution, PGA Tour 2K21, and Riders Republic are all available this weekend for Xbox Live Gold and Xbox Live Game Pass Ultimate members to try for free until Monday morning, 12:01 a.m. Tim, we asked people watching live on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames to go to kindoffunny.com/you're wrong and tell me what we screwed up as we screwed up so we can set the record straight for everybody watching later on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, roosterteeth.com, and listening on podcast services around the globe. Nanobiologist writes in and says, Nintendo hasn't confirmed if you can change modes in Metroid Dread on the fly, but the new easy mode is just increased health recovery, unless they add more info to it soon. It's out though, right? So wouldn't somebody have corrected me? Maybe nobody's done it, but yeah, I doubt you're going to be able to pass it back and forth, but I feel like that's a Nintendo thing, but we'll see. Oh my God. Just Tom, you're a huge Lord of the Rings dork. Shut up. Kebabs has one here too. Kebabs puts on his little wizard hat to be his own version of Gandalf and writes in and goes, the Hobbit movies added content from the appendices of the Lord of the Rings, not the Silmarillion. The appendices are all stories Tolkien couldn't fit naturally into Lord of the Rings that explain the extra superfluous details. Get out of here. Nobody cares. That's Nanobiologist is arguing with Variety. You can take it up with Variety about the Uncharted release date. Okay. Nanobiologist says it's like integral. This is a different one, but in the end. Basically saying it's necessary masterpiece. Get your heads out of your ass square. So integrum is what you want me to say. Got it. Integrum. Got it. Kingdom Hearts Integrum. Mr. Pieces, I said. I think I said that at the end. Tim?
Yeah.
That's another episode of Kind of Funny Games Daily. If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, each and every weekday, we come to you with the nerdy news you need to know about. You can get Kind of Funny Games Daily, of course, on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, roosterteeth.com, podcast services around Think the globe. If you want to go the extra mile, of course, patreon.com/kindoffunnygames. You can go there to write in. You can go there to get the show ad-free. You can go there to get the exclusive post show we're about to record. However, if you're not coming and you don't want to go, or I guess we wouldn't go yet because we record it over there and we post it later. If you want to hang out on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames, where you can watch us record the show for live for free. From the falling apart, the wheels are coming off this week. You can stick around here on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames to see Mike and Blessing play that Apex Legends update. If that wasn't good enough for you, of course, you get one more Kind of Funny Games Daily to close out this week. It will be tomorrow. It will be Blessing alongside Aaron, Ashley, Simon hosting,
Sick.
telling you what's up, and having
She's
a good
so
time.
rad. Y'all are in for a treat with that one.
Tim, we got a post show to do over on patreon.com/kindoffunnygames. But until next time, for everybody else, it's been our pleasure to serve you.